Can you give us a synopsis then? What's the story about?
Oh, the story's way too far-fetched. It's like all of like the world has like locked everyone up in their homes because they think a virus is going around that only kills people who are like really old or sick.
That's
And
silly.
yeah, I mean, it's a totally unbelievable story. Um, I mean, that's the truth. There's so much in this novel that if I wrote it like 5 years, prior, people would have just, this is baloney, and no, this would never happen. The story is all set in a small town in northern Ontario. I decided to, put this in a small town with regular people. I think that some people were expecting it was going to be set in Washington with agents or high scientists, and this is very much what I guess I was trying to aim for was something very much in the reign of To Kill a Mockingbird.
Right, small town, yeah.
And like you were saying about how with the COVID, you can look at all the stats and the facts and everything, and then that doesn't quite have the same impact emotionally as what a story could have done. And I think To Kill a Mockingbird had a lot to do with what happened with the civil rights movement, with, this man who was obviously not guilty of raping this woman being accused of it because he was black. And it was everyone in the town knew that it was a lie and they were all going along with it. Like growing up, I thought Atticus Finch was such a heroic character. And he was, the lawyer in the story who
Mm.
defended the black person when people were literally threatening both their lives, spitting in his face. And yeah, I've read that book 3 or 4 times now, including in Spanish. And the denseness and richness of it, I think it took her 12 years to write it. She originally wrote The Watchman, and then her editor just sent her back, and then she spent like another 12 years. It's the only book she ever wrote, too. I don't know what she was doing well, apparently she was working on another novel and it just never got done, which I can sort of understand, but I regret that she didn't. But anyways, I think that's what she did in that story, was just showed examples of people that were willing to resist the racist suppression of a portion of the population. I don't even like to call them black people. It was just, I mean, I agree with Ayn Rand as far as all that goes. It's like the stupidest thing to discriminate upon people is their genes.
Yes.
Uh,
So you can't do anything about that. I mean, you're
yeah.
born into a collective. I think that's how she described it, as so tribalistic that people would pick on people because over character traits that they have no decisions over, you know?
Yeah.
And race is one of them. And she would have loved, I would imagine. She lived during the time of Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech of judging people based on the content of their character rather than on the color of their skin. Yeah, and this brings up another point that it's a common thread apparently throughout this discussion, is that Harper Lee put into a fictional literary form a societal problem.
Hmm.
And I think that she changed more people's mind with that book about racism than any, 1,000 lectures that professors could have given or historians could have, tried to express through their historical coverage of that thing. The power of the printed word in fiction and story is so powerful. If you think about it, the Bible, for example, 2,000 years, mind you, it took hundreds of years to compile the chapters of it and the
Sure.
Gospels of it, but it endures. Homer's Iliad, Odyssey, they endure. The great stories, and the power of the printed word in story, especially, and especially if it's well crafted, as yours is.